This is Keith with How to Build Your Own Home. I want to talk technology. I'm getting a lot of emails and questions. What do I do? Wood price is going up. What am I going to do? And so I want to take this time, and I talked last week about some building science. I really want to talk about where that building science is taking people, especially builders. We've heard a lot about R value, R value. I want you to tell the R value, you can't come in the house right now, just stay on the back porch. I'll let you know when you can come back in. I want to talk about thermal break. Thermal break is really the key in advanced home construction. And what that basically means is, this here is your typical 2x4. Most homes are built either of a 2x4 wall or a 2x6 wall. I've done a lot of 2x6. I've also done some 2x4 homes, and they rattle. The problem is that is about 11% of the home. Wood is not a good insulator. It has mass density, which is good, but it's not a good insulator. So 11% of your home, if you build a wall 16 inches on center, you've got basically only a sheet of wood on the outside and some drywall on the inside, and that's the thickness of your wall. Here's an example of that over here. That becomes very, very inefficient if you really think about it. Why we got away with that for so many years, especially 2x4s, and why we've moved to 2x6 walls, is because we really don't have a thermal break. So what's a thermal break? All right. I want to introduce two technologies to you. The first one here is an OmniBlock technology, and it has multiple thermal breaks in it. All right. And I'll give you the pros and cons of these. I've built with this technology. I haven't built with this one here. I'm a fan of this technology. This is an OmniBlock, and basically it has thermal mass, which we talked about before, but it also has a thermal break. So as the heat is trying to move from one side to the colder side, it's got to transfer here. Then you can't see it. We'll get some B-roll to show you. Then it has to come on the inside. Then it has to come down. Then it has to go over. Break, break. Then we have some R value inserted between those breaks. So it basically slows down what you call heat transfer. That's the advantage of a thermal break. It's slowing down the transfer of energy from one side of the wall to the other. It's not just straight R value. You want to break that. I've got a nasty fly on me. The other technology is called the T-stud technology. A lot of people are talking about this. It actually comes with insulation in it, but I wanted to show you the inside structure of that T-stud. This is really strong. It can maintain a really strong shear strength. You would think that you can break that apart, but you can't. It's pretty strong. It acts just like a 2x6. You have about 5 to 10% waste still. From what I understand, you can use these with the top plate and the bottom plate, but if you eliminate that, the gain or the loss in R value is nominal. It's like a 2.5% difference if you use these on the bottom plate and the top plate. A lot of people are wanting them just for the stud itself, and they can come in 2x6 and as well as 2x8 studs as well. Neat thing is your electrical comes through there. They're really plain, straight, flat, easy to put drywall on. If you add an additional component to that T-stud, which is what I'm thinking about for a client of mine, and he's probably listening right now, is there's some new insulated sheeting that's out there that comes in 1/4 inch. This is a regular 1/2 inch OSB with some rigid foam glued on the inside. And that can come in at a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inches thick, and you can have some real good continuous insulation added to that. And that's really one of the things that a lot of people are talking about, is continuous envelope of insulation on the outside of the wall. So even if I didn't do the T-stud, I am moving to an insulated exterior sheeting system on a lot of my homes if I'm not using the OmniBlock. Now here's the challenge we deal with. OmniBlock was first introduced in Arizona. It's now going nationwide. I know the president of the company. He's phenomenal, great communicator, excellent resource, a lot of information on their website with thermal mass and thermal breaks. They really talk you through that. Some people are asking questions about how well will this work in super cold climates. He's got some information as well, but he's really moved into some hot climates as well. He's building these homes in Dubai, South America, all throughout the Southwest, and even in some super cold climates as well. This here is starting back east, and some distributors are starting to pick this up, but it hasn't really been adopted back out west where I'm at right now. So it's really Minnesota area, Wisconsin area. There's a lot of distributors out there for this T-stud. But I wouldn't recommend using the T-stud for the bottom plate, and I wouldn't recommend it for the double top plate. Just the wall. Now, if you really want to save some money, you go with traditional framing and do these on 24 inches on center. You still can do that with these T-studs. So you could really save with lumber costs the way they are. I've got a build going on right now that I'm probably going to go with traditional framing and put my walls at 24 inches on center because the cost of lumber is so high right now. But if that cost comes down, I may be shifting to this. I do a lot of builds with this. You are now looking at my garage here. My garage was built with OmniBlock. The entire addition of this house, which we can show you some pictures of, was built with OmniBlock. Super comfortable. The benefit is it has a thermal mass to it, and it holds energy inside the wall structure. I can vouch from personal experience. I have no cold spots, no drafty spots inside the home when I build with OmniBlock. If you're in hurricane country, if you're in tornado alley, all of your homes should be built with OmniBlock because it's got the rebar in there, it's got the concrete every 4 feet, and sometimes in certain areas it's every 38 inches. And so you've got a really well-built, structurally sound home. It's not going to go anywhere. Even if you have some seismic zones, this would be a great option. Anyway, this is where the technology is going, trying to introduce the value of a thermal break, breaking up the transfer of energy from one side of the wall to the other, so we don't have a simple wall structure like this that has conductivity from one side to the other without a thermal break. I just want you to think in terms of thermal break. If somebody's talking only an R value and they're not talking about a thermal break to help with that, you know that they're not really talking about where technology is going. I just wanted to give you some insight. I'll give you links to both of these technologies in the link below. Check that out. Also check my site out at howtobuildyourownhome.com. If you're looking to be an owner builder, I've got a really affordable program. It's a process, it's a system, takes you through the steps. It's very effective, and I've been working for a long time on it. Took 25 years of teaching with 25 years of construction. Put them together, and that's what you get. So imagine the best teacher you had in high school is now teaching you how to build your own home. So check me out at How to Build Your Own Home. Again, this is Keith. Thanks.